Today's subject matter is going to be on living a single life as a solitary practitioner of Wicca and paganism. Uh, I enjoy being single. It's a great way and a great path to spirituality. Being single and living in the modern world is kind of hard these days, but I have always found it much easier to live a single's life. Um, Before I go on with my subject matter for today, I'd like to always remind people to like, share, and comment and subscribe to my channel because I do have a lot of useful information that I bring about sometimes to discuss certain subject areas. Uh, my main channel is just about spirituality and how to increase your vibrations, how to become a better person, how to become more humane, how to treat your fellow man with love and respect, which is what we're supposed to do. Um, Paganism is all about love and spirituality and how to live in balance with nature so you can live a happy and joyous life. And being single is part of that happy and joyous life because a lot of couples, as you well know, the divorce rate is so sky high in the world. It's not just around the United States, it's all over the world. People that are in relationships just don't seem to last. They might last a few years, maybe a decade or, and some people have been together for 40, 50 years and they still get divorced. So this is very stressful for people to go through relationship after relationship, and it's just not a good thing for your spirit. Spirituality requires that you maintain a spirit of love, a spirit of charity, a spirit of understanding why a person is the way they are, and hopefully you will understand it a little bit better with this video, because to me my videos are very factual and they draw on my experiences of living 73 years of my life. So I do have a lot of wisdom to draw back on, and it's just a great way to become a better person spiritually. If you're older and you've lost your spouse, or you just choose not to date anymore, like in my case, I just don't date anymore. I don't develop. I develop um, personal relationships with people that are very important to me, but they're not of a sexual nature or anything like that. My journey is as a single person, and I will be single until the day I die. Now, there are some things that I would like to discuss about being single, being happy living in a single's lifestyle. It's all about certain principles. It's about simplifying your life, downsizing your life to where you can manage it. The whole goal is to have less stress in your life so you can progress spiritually. When you have a lot of stress in your life, your spirit is very damaged. It takes a long time for your spirit to heal. So please try to avoid any stressful situations that you might have when it comes to relationships. This is one of the main reasons I chose a single life. Try to always take care of your body, exercise, eat a good, proper diet so your body can get all the nutrients and nourishment it needs, to support your spiritual soul inside, because your soul resides in your body. Try to get 8 hours of sleep, because sleeping 8 hours a day is very good for you. Let me check if my mic is still on. Okay, it's still on. This 8 hours of sleep is very, very important, because you need a restful night's sleep to continue on. Because no matter how much you try to avoid stress in your life, it's going to creep in one way or the other. So you need to learn how to deal with stress, and that's very important. Stay away from negative people. because negative people, I call them vampires. They take away your spirit. They draw all the positive energy out of you and replace it with negative energy. So please stay away from negative people. That is one of my tips for today. Um, and this is one of the reasons I chose to be single. Now, I have a few things that I have jotted down because I prepare ahead of time and jot these things down, what I want to discuss, because a lot of this comes from my experience as a human being for 73 years on this planet. Um, uh, why I choose to be single? Well, one of the reasons is I like that freedom from other people judging me. I don't like to be judged. People usually look at a person and they judge them very harshly on what they see, and that's only a third of a person's persona. You know, what what do you really want them to see is your spirituality and how good you are, uh, uh, that you have a good heart. Another one is why I choose to be single is you're always free to focus on yourself. You can focus much more readily on certain problems that you might have as a single person than you would otherwise as a couple. Uh, that is so important because you have to focus on yourself and you have to make those corrections in your life so you can be joyful and lead a more positive life. You have that, being single, you have that financial freedom that you have, because you don't have to consult your spouse, or you don't have to consult your wife or your partner, or whatever the situation is. You don't have to consult with nobody but yourself. You can look in the mirror and say, this is what I'm going to do financially. You can rediscover your relationship with your children, because being single gives you a great advantage. You don't have to consult with anybody else. When the other spouse, through divorce, or maybe she passed away or something like that, you have the freedom to rediscover your children. As a single parent, gives you a deeper relationship, you know, with your children. That's so important. Uh, and then, of course, there comes the thing about intimacy. And when I talk about intimacy, I'm talking about sex. It's a choice, not a obligation. How many people out there have always been in a relationship and they feel so obligated to perform sexually? This is what I'm talking about. When you're single, you only have to worry about yourself, and you don't have to worry about a partner. It just relieves a lot of stress in your life. But because, believe it or not, sex is one of the major reasons people break up. Uh, Infidelity, adultery, whatever you want to call it. It's because they're not satisfied. And when you remove that factor in your life, you can be much more happy and you can lead a more spiritual life. Living life exactly the way you want to is another attribute. There are so many paths to your time for you to live your own life. You can pick up hobbies. You can do so many things when you're single that you cannot do when you're, you know, in a relationship, or you have children to raise and stuff like that. It just seems like the bigger the family gets, the less time you have to yourself. So you have a stronger sense of self also. You never lose sight on who you are. Being single gives you the freedom to explore who you are. And this is what I mean about uh, exploring your hobbies and different interests that you have in life. You're much more able to do that when you're single. You don't have to agree anymore with anybody on any subject when you're single, because the only one you're responsible for is yourself. What a great way to live. I mean, I just love it. You make decisions on what makes you happy. And this is a very good attribute to have. You get the gift of peace and quiet. You can recharge your life on a daily basis because you're single and you're only responsible for your life. You have, like I said, you have hobbies that are available to you to use your creativity with skills and love. Your home becomes your castle. You can redesign it the way you want to. It's your own personal space. You don't have to consult anybody else except yourself. Look in the mirror and say, this is what I want to do with my personal space. And that is just a great attribute to have to becoming single in your life. Your social life, you have total control over your social life, whatever you want it to be. If you want to be solitaire and you want to become a monk or whatever, a priest, or in the pagan world, we have different avenues you can pursue, different paths you can pursue as a single person. Embrace the freedom for growth and happiness. That is so, so important. And I hope people understand that I'm not against relationships or anything like that. But I do think if you're on a spiritual path, you can achieve your spiritual goals much quicker being a single person. And I enjoy having these talks with everybody. It's just one of those joyous occasions in my life. I just want to remind everybody, my audience, that please like, share, comment, and always subscribe to my channel because I do 2 updates a week now. These updates are on Wednesdays and Sundays, and they will help my channel grow. It will help me out as I am so appreciative for any help that I get out there in the YouTube world. I love you all. I wish you the best. Peace be with you. I am going to go ahead and sign off now, and always with my signature sign off. Blessed be. Bye bye. Love you.